Yo, what's going on, people? Shout out to all my subscribers, all 15 of y'all. I acknowledge your presence. Taking this bike back. No, I'm not working right now, but I am going to run to the store after I take this shit back. So I'm sure you guys heard of the violence that happened this weekend in Philadelphia. If you're a Philly subscriber of mine, there was literally a shooting on the very street I posted that video of the Philly is full of Islam. A shooting happened. It happened 3 hours later. So I was lucky not to be in the area at the time. It's gonna piss some people off. I'm gonna be really careful with my words. But when it's a lot of us, and I ain't gonna make it like I'm better than anybody, because I'm not. I'm just like you. But when there's a lot of us in one gathering, I know not to go. Because some shit's going to pop off. I knew something was going to pop off. I just knew it. And it's not, let me tell you this, I'm gonna say this again. It's not the older generation, it's the younger generation. That's what it is. I knew something was going to pop off. That's why I was just like, you know, I see them all decked out in their abbas, in their garb and their hijabs. But I'm just like, what's going on? I didn't know it was the end of Ramadan. I don't observe Islamic holidays. I got videos on this channel giving my opinion on Islam, so I'm not here to discuss that. I got a whole like collective of videos, you know, criticizing the Million Man March and how I think Louis Farrakhan is a fraud. But let me get on this bike. I'm gonna go forward. I'm not talking down on nobody in any kind of way. I'm not talking down. What I'm trying to say in this video is I'm gonna just address the elephant in the room. So I want to talk about what people don't want to discuss. Now, when I see like a black Muslim family, I notice that it's a good chance that it's a mother and father, more than a Christian home, like a Christian family. I see more family structure with black Muslims than I do Christians, because most black people in Philly are Muslims. Most are, but if they don't know their dad, that's because their dad's probably in jail. But I noticed, like, I did see a lot of fathers there. Like, I'm not saying there's not single mothers in the Nation of Islam, but I don't really see it that much like I do non-Islamic homes. Now, I understand the difference between black Muslims and non-black Muslims, because I know y'all don't want to hear this, but just like black Christians and non-black Christians, I'm not a Christian at all, but they don't view you the same as they do them, like their own. If anything, you're just like a product of their religion being, you know, forced upon you during slavery. Because Arabs did own African slaves, treated them a lot worse than the whites did, and their religion and their ways were forced upon them. A lot of Africans are Muslim, but that's the result of acculturation from the Arabs. Just like black people are Christians, that is because of the product of assimilating to, you know, the ways here in America. Now, I don't want to get into that whole debate of, well, we had our own form of Christianity for slavery. I mean, Ethiopia, I don't want to get into all that. It's not what this video is about. I saw, like I said, a girl was shot during the end of Ramadan. Now, I'm always serving that area, and I see those kids wilding every day. They loud, and I'm not, let me tell you this right now, I'm cautious I'm a little, I'm not going to make it like, see, the difference is I'm not shook to the point where I'm not going to do my job. Because I've been through too much. I drove to fucking Michigan with a bad plate. I've literally lived in some of the worst conditions ever for 3 fucking years. There's no way I'm going to have a 13-year-old, 14, 15-year-old who may have no fear of going to jail, but I'm not going to have them fucking scare money out of my pocket. That's just not going to happen. But I'm aware of what they could do, but I don't let that deter me from working. I always get my ass up and work. I'm just a little cautious because, for one, you know, they don't give a fuck. Because every generation is different. See, mine's was just as bad. And I'm talking about people, so when I say generation, I mean like everybody born 1990 to 95, that's my generation. Everything under that, so 96 to about 2001, that's that generation. Or 2002 to 2010, that's not my generation. I go off of like culture, music, you know, age. That's when I say generation. I don't have nothing to talk about somebody that's in their early 20s. I'm 30 years old now. I don't have shit to talk about. I mean, a little bit, but not really. I don't know much of what they grew up on. But I'm getting off topic. Kids today, they lack what family is. They lack it because their parents didn't have it, and their ways are being brought. Their ways are being brought on to the child. So it's like the way their parents grew up, they bring on them same ways to the kids, and this is the result of what we see: kids that aren't mature enough having kids, and their kids are just turning out just like their parents. If you don't know, I'm in the Spanish part of North Philly. But yo, I'm not, like I said, I'm not afraid. I'm just cautious. The reason that shooting happened on Sunday is because of lack of discipline, lack of consequences. I don't think they're going to find who did the shooting, but there's no repercussions in the black community, you know. And I want to just tell y'all that how you end the violence is not programs. It's not you don't have to, I'm sorry if I'm mess up on words, but you don't have to have programs. You don't need to donate books to a school. You know what you need to do? You need to make sure that both parents in these homes that are having these kids are responsible adults. They're not on drugs, they're not drinking. They don't have no history of like childhood trauma, and they bring that on to the kid. Because let me tell you this right now, I'm not in no position to have children, for one. I mean, I could adopt children, but I wouldn't want to fucking do that, of course. But let's say I had kids. Now, I would, as an adult, not do things my parents did to me. But I'm in no position. Someone with childhood trauma should not have kids because they're not mentally there. They're not fit to raise children. A lot of people that have kids these days are victims of childhood trauma. They bring on the shit that happened onto them. They do the same shit to their kids. See, I'm the only one in my family that broke that cycle. Well, I have a cousin. She doesn't have children. I don't know if she could have kids or not. I don't really give a fuck. But I'm the only one that broke that cycle. I told myself at 14, the way I was raised, I would never bring no child in this world. You ever wonder why I don't ride in front of cars? That's because I don't trust cars in front of me.